Hi, and welcome to Wednesday's channeling from Odyssey and Ascension. This is Roxy, and thanks once again for tuning in. Booyah, here we go. And greetings once again to the collective. This is Ocyphius. I bid you a good day. All right, here we go once again. If you have been watching the idea of this channel, maybe reviewing some of the older ideas, and you can see the evolution of a channeler, if you will, a human in that aspect becoming more of themselves, which all of you are doing. You're just focused in on this one, but truly each and every one of you are ascending all the time. The idea is to come to an idea of yourself. What is that idea of yourself? No idea. Truly. The idea of thought, thinking, intention still is all based within limitations, is it not? The moment you give yourself an idea about something, you want to take action upon it. You want to perceive it. You want to enact upon it, engage in it. And all that does is condition it once again. For the truest state of being is the, let's say, the pureness of isness, the stillness with absolutely not one thought. But that's the way you exist down here, isn't it? You are always thinking. Your higher self is always bombarding you with different ideas of expansion, and the mind attaches in one way or the other, and to follow that timeline to bring yourself to a better idea of yourself in, let's say, in a larger you, if you will. But they're all correct. There's not one or the other that you cannot choose that would be incorrect. For that in and of itself is limitation. We're talking about that idea of just willing, once again, just being the absolute stillness of the moment. You are already, listen now, pulsating all your realities from you right now. There is not one unconceivable reality at play in your now, right now. How you get to the one that is the highest one, most beneficial, most experiential for you. How? That question, how, is the limitation we're going to talk about. You don't want to know how. You just want to be. You don't want to take action. You just want to be. In taking action, listen now, when I tell you the vibrational difference, when you take action, it has an intention behind it. Because it looks exciting. It looks profitable. It looks filling. But you get so much fulfillment beyond expectation when you don't take that action in thought. We're not talking about the action of physical movement. For physical movement in the now, in its purest state, is absolutely effortless. Oh, yes. All you do is just go. And you be effortlessly the movement of yourself to create the reality. Simple as a phone call, answering an email, walking down to the store, taking a drive. It has no outcome, it has no intention, and it has no thought of creation. Because creation is already happening to the highest known possibility to your own limitations. It's already happening. But when you bring in the thought of an expectation of what is supposed to be, once again, that is thinking. Thinking slows it down. We want you to start feeling what it is to be nothing. What it is to be the stillness of the moment. What it is to just pulsate your reality in every now. And it is not equatable to laziness. For that's another definition. And that definition and thought will only constrict. Do you see how every single thought of an idea based on a definition will put your nows into that reality? It will take you down that probable timeline. For that is your joy. That is your thought. How do you stop the mind then, Ocyphius? You don't. You allow. Because when you allow all thoughts to flow freely without any discord from you of thwarting it, then the higher ones are automatically available to shrug their way in and get the limitations out of the way on their own. Even when you're sitting in your stillness and you're thinking, how many thoughts of you that you're having are judgmental upon yourself? Or can you actually just sit there and let your thoughts go with no ego action, fear-based action of defining, predicting, judging, regretting any of the free-flowing thoughts? Even if the thoughts are judgment upon another, even if they are angry upon another, even if you play out a timeline in your mind of, let's say, violence or anger or suffering or pain or sorrow, do you even thwart those? Let them play. Let them go. Because they're only going to come back, which the collective has a hard problem in a lot of times remembering. They're always going to come back to your natural state. Your love. Every single idea, thought, when left alone, always mutates back to your original pulsation. That of love. You don't need to fix the thoughts as you're doing them because they're your thoughts. So when you're saying you're seeing something, let's take an example. The news is littered with ideas of anger. Your newspapers, even your daily actions, you see judgment. Do you not judge them? Does it not anger you? That's fine. Because there's no one judging you for judging yourself on that moment, which is judging them. There's no one saying you're wrong to have those thoughts except you. If you have those thoughts and you let those thoughts, let's say, play out, they return to love. And that vibrational experience of direct contact with your own thoughts of limitation brought forth, not escaping, not judging, not pushing them away, brought forth to the isnness to where you are on that emotional roller coaster, then you feel the truth behind it. And that truth only tells you it is the illusion. And once it has been experienced, not escaped once again, not shoveled off to the side, not chalked up to some fluke accident that I thought in a negative manner. Once that is experienced, it never comes again. Why? Because you are love. And when you experience that direct fear in you that is not that of representing love, you transform it. But then you see something else come up again in another fashion, another version, and you say, oh, I didn't do it right. Oh, it's here again. No, it's not here again. It's a different idea within you. It is a full evolution of an entire species that have taken eons to get to this now, and you now, upon awakening, are trying to rush it. But the more you're here, the more you're now, the more you experience every aspect of humanity with vibrational direct contact of that idea, then you know it is that false. It is not your truth. It is no one's truth, truly. It is all the illusion. When you know that, then it dissipates. Then it let go. And then there's no action needed on that. You don't need to formulate a plan on how to solve the fear in you because you experienced it. And when you're done, you let it go. Because your natural state of being is always creating the unknown. The known into the unknown. Known into the unknown. Always becoming known, known, known. Venturing into the unknown. And you can feel now, really, truly, can't you? The difference between love and fear. The ego and your natural state of being. You can feel it. You immediately know when that ego mind, the turncoat now, jumps in and says, oh, okay. Tries to solve the problem or bring up an idea, fear-based or not. There's a vibrational sense, much like when you were a child, you touched something hot and you knew not to do it again. You have the absolute instantaneous discernment to know that's not me. We're not saying escape from it. We're saying, oh, beautiful. Here's another piece. I feel it. I understand it. I engage it. I love it. I embrace it. Thank you. Poof. And it goes away. And these are all in the moment. But when you think in action upon how to ascend yourself, how to become more of yourself, then every time how is spoken, will only bring up conditioning. It's tough just to be, isn't it? It's tough just to really not think after years and years upon years times 10 to the fourth of being taught to think for yourself. Become something. Ruh. And that's done through a construct of limitation. It's all you know. And to deconstruct everything that kept you alive in your visual idea of existence, because that's what everyone said that would keep you noticed, keep you accepted, keep you worthy, keep you status. To go against that and dissipate that and never take action again upon anything in your reality that has considered thinking in it is a daunting task to a lot of the collective. And you go about your nows redefining yourself in a version, but it's still thinking. And that thinking only brings in a different version of conditioned realities. To become the complete stillness of the moment with no intentional thought only bursts your willingness in the now. Your 3D actions, your 3D ideas of creation will be so natural, they will be effortless. But then you look at it and you go, it can't be that grand. Creation can't be that free. To where I can sit and be anything I want, and only movement of action in my nows would be only based upon the effortless action of joy. It can't be that simple. It can't be that beautiful. It can't be that free once again. The freedom that lies within the God that you are is so beautiful to humanity, it is just truly, in a lot of fashions, unacceptable. I can't just sit here and have anything I want at any time. And when you take action on creating the things that you deem you want, you realize they're not what you want. But you need to take action on what you believe you want. Never judge it. Because if you don't take action, you don't experience. If you don't experience, you don't know the vibrational truth, the difference between experience and theory. The idea of what happiness could be, instead of what happiness is. By being that, by creating that in you, by loving that moment and experiencing what you believe in your heart of hearts, following your truth to feel my happiness. And then it's not as happy as you think it is. Well, shit, I fucked up. This isn't really what I want. But you would have never known that unless you took action on it. And now it's a new now. Now you evolved. But you're sitting there in judgment of wasted time. You're sitting there, I missed something on another parallel reality if I didn't take this action, and maybe I should have taken this action. And you sit there, what are you doing? Thinking. Oh, yes. The isness of the moment is the action, no matter what it is, to lead to the next higher you. Each one of yourselves in the new moment of now is an experienced being of understanding the difference between love and fear. Exposing the limitations between your natural state of being and the ego complex illusion. Enabling you to dissolve it just by experiencing it. With no effort, with no plan, with no action on how to let go of the negative energy. Because your natural state of love has already done it for you. How? By the direct vibration of that moment. You can't discount your natural state of being, love. And when you bring those two together in your conscious self, that of the pinging fear, pinging against your natural state of being, the fear goes, oh shit, I can't be here anymore. Because there's nothing to hold on to. And then it leaves. But when that action of thought based off of fear, based off of an outcome, based off of a projected past idea of what it is to be in the Ascension world, will only cause that conditioning within it, which is still limitation. That's what you're doing. To become the most effortless God, to create in the moment your reality with not one intentional idea. Because the ideas are already there. Your original thought doesn't come from that ego. Oh, no. The original thought comes from the God stream of life. And if it's left alone, without condition, with the perceiving mind of belief systems, it comes through in its natural state and then it creates the world you see around you in a series of nows to give you the most epic idea beyond all conceivable imagination from that moment on. It cannot be any other way because you are gods and you only create the ideas of, let's say, out of bound illusions of this idea for your loving benefit, if left alone. But your fear says, I need to take action to control my idea because I know best. Yes, you do. But let's get familiar with the I know that you forgot. How do you do that? Step aside. Take a passenger seat. Let yourself drive. Kick back and enjoy the nows in effortless action to become the God that you forgot. Is it considered selfish to have everything you want in your reality? Is it considered ego-based to have your fills, your needs in that idea filled? Are you even judging that? You can be a God and be the most arrogant asshole in the world and ascend. Did you know that? If that is your joy, then you get exactly what you want. If that is your passion, you get whatever you put out. You can ascend any way you want. And I'm not talking necessarily turning in the light, but ascending yourself into receiving what you choose. But you won't choose arrogance. You all know that. Why? Because there's way too much love. That's a past now. But I just want you to see that no one is judging. No one is thwarting where you can take yourself. Except you. And you feel now, once again, that vibrational curveball that tells you, no, I can't do that. I have to. We need to. Listen to the words of your own limitations. How? What? Need? But? I can't? You won't? They shouldn't? Could I? Can I? All limiting. To be the isness of now to be perfectly still, yet take creative action, is where you're going. How to do that is a question you need not ask. Complete surrender takes you there. Trust this. Let the will of yourself show yourself, and you deserve it, the God that you forgot. Most certainly. Yes. Shimya. All right. Take these words. Review them again. Be the effortless God. Practicum it for 1 week. And any time, listen now, you have an ego-based thought that says, I have to. I dare say don't do it. 1 week. Oh, yeah. Watch your reality give you things that'll melt your heart. And that'll only draw up, do I deserve to be this much love? I didn't do anything good enough to have the world love me so much. Yes, you did. You chose to exist. You have that, let's say, that fundamental right to have everything you want in whatever fashion, unlimited, forever. You have that. It's just really tough for you to accept it, isn't it? That you can be that grand. That you're worthy of everything that your mind can conceive. And you will get double that if you allow your higher self to do it for you. Take yourself, if you will, with no effort, into the reality that'll knock your socks off. It'll melt your heart. That will draw up every last remnants of that self-deserving dogma bullshit that lies within you, that's keeping you from accepting that you can have anything, anytime, anywhere, and all the nows forever, to fulfill your soul with any version of purpose in every now. You got this, humanity. Most certainly. This is Ocyphius. This is all we have for now. I bid you a good night. Adone.
That was really good.
I know, it really was.
Really, man, that was great. Awesome. Thank you.
It just keeps getting fucking better. I love it, guys. Anyways, I love you. We're going to talk about the book getting released. I don't know when it's going to come out in the next couple of days. I will post on Facebook and on the website when it's actually downloadable from Apple and iTunes. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next 5 days. It's all in the perfect now. So again, let's not think about it. Booyah. I love you guys. See you in the next now.